bless you. God bless you so much. Thank you for joining in today's show, My Story. My name is Pastor Putte, and I'm here with the awesome and great oracle, Reverend Dr. Abbeam Ampamadan. So listen, yesterday we had an amazing time. We spent a good 1 hour sharing great insight from the man of God himself, my father and my spiritual father. So please, if you missed yesterday, be sure to go and watch it on YouTube, Abbeam Ministry. And also you can follow him on Facebook, Abbeam Ampamadan, and also on Instagram, Abbeam Ampamadan. You'll be able to get through with everything that we are doing.
And on my page.
Yes, and also on the page, Facebook page, it's also Abbeam Ampamadan. I want you to know, as we're streaming live on Facebook right now, we're also streaming on Instagram. So your friends that don't have Facebook, they can join us on Instagram. God bless you so much. Welcome to today's show, Daddy.
Thank you.
Such an honor to have you on this platform today. And I'm so excited for what we're about to talk about today. Mm-hmm. You know, yesterday you mentioned something and it absolutely blew my mind, okay? And I was gobsmacked. I was like, wait, I didn't know this. I mean, I couldn't believe that we were dust. Well, I know we're dust, but for it to be the food for the devil, that means that the intention of the devil was to eat the food,
for
which
us
is us to be eliminated completely. And that blew my mind, to be honest. But today we're talking about something that is also gonna throw us all through the roof, and I can't wait. You know, I have a question for you personally. You touched on the environment that we're in, and that the environment that you're raised in can affect you, and especially parents and not knowing exactly how they're affecting children. And please, how do I know what environment I am in? How does one get to switch it on that the environment you're in is not good for you? Please.
Honestly, first of all, I will entreat the people to try and make sure they share the video, because this is something that we are learning to better our life. You see, somebody's sweet and rich and succulent meat is another man's poison.
True.
Something that somebody says, wow, I love this, is something that somebody also says, no, I hate this. Now, why does that happen? It is, you see, when you are born, I just want everybody to understand this, because we were talking about environment, and we're still talking about environment, and maybe this week it will be more of that, and then we will move to the next topic. When you are born as a human being, whether male or female, you are born into this world. But before you are going to be born into this world, there is an environment being created already before you come out of your mother's womb. Yeah. There is already an environment, and that environment is called the world.
That's right.
And then one thing that we must always understand is that we being born into this world, the world is divided into segments. The world is divided into, now we have something called Europe. We have something called states. We have something called Africa, which is continents. And then having continent, we also have something called nations. And having nations, we also have something called cities. And having cities, urbans, and having cities, we also have towns, and we have villages, and it narrows. All right?
Yeah.
So to the point that everybody that's watching me must understand that we all are born into a house, a home. Now, it takes two to give birth. It takes two.
Yeah.
But to deliver the child, it takes a group of people to welcome the child into a specific point. Now that point where you are born is the place where it is called environment. You see, there is a place where a group of people are. I forgot the name. These people are born into a particular, how do I call it? Forest.
Okay.
And when they are born, all that they know in that environment is that everybody is naked.
True.
I forgot the name. What do you call it? Amazon.
Amazon.
Okay. In the Amazon, you are born naked in that place. And so whilst you are growing, you grow naked. Because what monkey see, monkey does. And so the environment grows them. They are known not to build houses. They are known to sleep in, on trees and sleep under the trees. Because that is what their environment has created them to become. All right. So as I said yesterday, environment is a very powerful tool, or let's say teacher, or which teaches very, very well. Now, so therefore, whatever that surrounds you is what is called environment. How would we know that the environment where we are is wrong? Human beings have created things called law. Laws and order. Let me say order that has been set down. That as you're growing, it may be that the house where you were born to, you were taught certain principles. So those principles you grew with becomes a seed that is in you. And so that principles begin to tell you this is right and this is wrong. So automatically, those principles is what you grow with. Whether it was your mother that raised you up, because I'm telling you, sometimes a mother can give birth and then throw the child somewhere, and somebody will pick the child, like the way my daughter have picked, gift, picking gift. Where the mother is coming from, they are from a poor background and uncompleted building, but gift is being raised in a place where it's luxury. He wakes up in where there is an air condition. She eats well. She does live well. So she would never know about the environment of his parents. So and we are raising her in a Christian way and Christian morals. And so therefore, if her father is if you are born in a Muslim home, automatically per what they do, you automatically you find yourself doing them. And so if you enter into a Christian home, it becomes weird. You now begin to fight it. Your morals, the things you know in your Muslim background will begin to question the Christian background, because it is environment that has given you understanding and wisdom and way to live, which I will call it as a form of culture. Okay, so it is environment that brings culture, way to live. Yes, So in this sense, the most dangerous thing is that when you are raised in a certain environment, when you come to a strange environment, let me call it strange environment, because when you come out of your environment that has groomed you to become who you are, and you move to another environment that you have no idea of, it becomes strange to you, and you begin to question yourself in that sense. So it might be that particular environment you have found yourself is a very good environment. But because of the particular environment you've been raised, will question those environment, and if you are not careful, you may see that environment as a threat, as wrong, as not right to be at that particular place, because you've grown and it has consumed, that environment has consumed you. So it has become your way of living. That's why I don't criticize. Because, you know, if you were raised in an environment that the women, the place where you were raised, it is rapists that is raising you up, and you always see being raped, and you have no idea of that it's not good to rape people, you know, and you see all that you see is criminal things, and all that you see is to fight and all that. Yeah. You ought to understand that when you see people being good, being meek, you say this one is weak.
Right. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And you'll be questioning why they are like that. And so that's why I don't criticize, because first of all, before I will criticize you, I want to find out which environment is this person actually coming from. Because when you find out the environment the person is coming from, you'll be able to understand the person. So if you want to understand somebody, you must find out where was this person raised, and what are the things that the person has adopted or has, taken in that has made him. You know, it is being said that what you eat is, who you are. Yeah. You become what you eat. Yeah. So most of times, to be honest, as a human being, per your environment where you were raised makes you who you are. You know, so basically that's what I can say.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Please, I want to urge each and everyone to share this video. Be sure to invite somebody to join us, because we have an awesome opportunity right here, and we want to share it with the world. We want everybody to be connected. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this video. If you shared it once already, share it again and tag somebody in it and let it go. Invite people to join us today. I'm really enjoying this. So that means that most people who they are today is actually, there is a background history, and most of them seem not to connect with it, but then because of the way that they were brought up, where they are or where they find themselves right now, they fight with it, they balance it, so they actually don't know who they are.
Let me tell you a story, and I'll come back to a certain point. Please. There was a hunter who one day went to farm, and he somehow found an egg of, an eagle's its egg. Okay. When he brought the egg of eagle, and then he had some chickens, hen and cocks in his house. So one of them, was hatching eggs. So he put the eggs, mingled the egg with the chicken eggs. And so this hen somehow was able to hatch the egg. You see, the process, sometimes your environment may look similar to another environment, and you can adopt it so easily and lose who you are. Sometimes you are an eagle, but because you have found yourself in a particular environment and there are so many chicks, you will start behaving like a chick. Now, this is what the story began. This eagle saw the hen, as the mom. As the mom. And whatever the chicks were doing, this eagle or eaglet was doing the same. They were eating on the floor. He was also, eating on the floor. They will be doing cocoa. They will be doing the same thing. When they are running with this, you also run. Eagle flies. But this kind of eagle was not flying. Because he believed that he was once a chicken. Every time he believes he was a chicken. But the point is this: until somebody who was an eagle like him showed up and told him that, listen, my guy, The environment where you are is making you to feel like you are a chicken. But you are like me. Why did that happen? Because that chick, which was an eagle, saw that thing and said, one day, I wish one day I could fly like this one. Wow. Like the way all the chicks were wishing, whereby he had all that wings to be able to fly. But because he was raised as a chicken, he thought he couldn't run. Whoa. So sometimes your environment can limit you of flying. So if you are eagle, do not hang out with chicks.
Oh my God. I hope you're listening, people.
If you are an eagle, you don't hang out with chicks. Now, the most serious thing is this. By God's grace, God has given us the ability as human beings to create an environment.
Come on.
Per our own self.
Okay.
He has given us something called choice. He has given us something called dominion. He has given us something called an idea, creativity. Even, you see, we've got to a point where God has given us something called belief. Things that does not exist as though they are. And when that belief and that imagination shows up, things that you don't believe it can come to pass. As long as you believe as though they are, it becomes in reality. Wow. It becomes reality. Wow. So basically, what am I saying? Majority of the people must somehow understand that your environment matters. And so therefore, we must spend enough time and money, effort to create a good environment. Wow. As I am saying so, doesn't mean that your environment, there wouldn't be chaos. You may have control over some part of your environment, and some part of your environment also, you may not have that control.
Very true.
But you can have control over your own self. And how do you have those controls? Last time I said something. Before you came into your environment, you were introduced by your master. If I say master, somebody who knows better than you. That's right. Somebody who knows where you are supposed to get to. Yes. Somebody who has an idea of how he needs to make you to become whom he or she wants you to become. That's right. So therefore, your allegiance to the person matters of your your fulfillment. It matters in your fulfillment. Yeah. One, it matters in where you are going. Okay. So in this case, the environment that you are in, you need somebody who knows the environment better than you. Because when you create the environment creates itself as well. Wow. It brings so many things that you have no idea of. Okay. Okay. Yes. But your environment is there to fulfill some things that you have no idea of, or some things you have idea of or you have control of. But for it to be fulfilled in your part, in your way that you expect it to be fulfilled, you need somebody who knows your environment even more than you. Because your environment is designed in different forms. Things to kill you and things to give you life. Whoa. That is how your environment is. Last time I was saying to some people, the world is created beautifully by darkness and light. As a matter of fact, light is very expensive. Darkness is cheap. It's priceless. But without darkness, light is not functional. Light is irrelevant. And when you even read your scriptures, light came out of darkness. So darkness gave birth to light.
Oh,
Now,
tell me something.
have you ever seen anybody buying darkness before?
No.
But we all buy light.
Wow. Wow.
Somehow we can create light. Somehow we do not have to create darkness. Darkness is darkness. You can never create darkness and sell it.
I love this.
You can't sell darkness.
Wow.
You can't sell darkness. Darkness is so much, but they are there for a purpose. Negative and positive is what builds us up to fulfillment. Now, let me say this thing to some of the people.
Yes.
Most of the Christians, if you are listening to me. When Jesus was born into this world, for his mission to be fulfilled, he had to create an environment. Environment that he created was around 12 disciples. He had different disciples, but he created 12 disciples as his environment. He gave position to each and every one. Now, before creating the environment, he prayed, but somehow brought certain people. There were 2 betrayals, which amazingly, Peter and Judas Iscariot. These 2 of them, Jesus knew much about his environment. He knew that Judas Iscariot was a betrayer. He knew that Peter will also betray him, and he's a betrayer. But somehow, within them, he realized that one will inherit his legacy and move his legacy to the next level of glory. And then he knew that another one will try to destroy him, and per the point of distraction, his fulfillment of his glory will be seen. So these 2 guys were chosen, and somehow knowing that these guys were betrayers, he still chose them.
Whoa. Oh my God.
And God knew about Judas Iscariot. God knew about Peter. So Jesus said, Peter, the devil wanted to devour you. It means that the devil wanted to use you against my mission, but I've prayed for you.
Jesus.
Your purpose in this place is to take my legacy to the next level.
Yeah.
But he said to Judas Iscariot, he said, you, what you have thought of going to do, go quickly and go and do it.
Wow. Oh my God.
As for him, he didn't pray for him. He cleared him off to go and do it quickly as possible. You understand? Judas was so offended. So what am I saying? In our environment, there are different kinds of people that comes there. Good and bad around our environment. But you that is in the environment must know how to use all those things, both good and bad, for your good. The Bible says that all things work together for good to those that love Christ. All things. Whether good or bad, they all work together for good. You understand? So when you find yourself in such an environment, there may be people that are evil against you. People who are planning, plotting, want to destroy you, want to, humiliate you in every form.
Yeah.
But in all, hold on fast. And use them for your good.
That's right. Wow.
Without the betrayal of Judas Iscariot, Jesus would have not been arrested to die and rise again for we the Christians. Without Peter, the Gentiles would have not heard the word.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
That is the seriousness of it.
Jesus.
So the way your environment is created, don't be afraid and don't be hasty. Relax and make use of your environment.
Make use of it.
Positively.
Wow.
Because you are the master of your environment.
I love this.
Now, you must understand that enemy, friend today in your environment can be enemies tomorrow.
Whoa.
Can be your enemies tomorrow. Oh, yes. I beg you, share the video because some of your friends need to hear this.
Yeah.
Those who are plotting to become your enemy and destroy you, they need to hear this message. It's very important. So please share it. Even if you have shared it once, share it again. Let's get to thousands of people. They are very important. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, you see, one of the most dangerous things that a lot of people don't understand, the guy or the woman or the sister that is in your environment, some of them you will do no bad thing against them. But because of how you are progressing and because of their own selfish gains, they will show you something that you may think it is good to behold. But they have another alternatives.
Yeah.
You asked me a question that you were shocked that not knowing we were dust. So therefore we were a food for the serpent.
Yes.
As Jesus, God actually reviewed it after man has sinned against God, has disobeyed God. You see, please, when you have an environment and you don't have your master, God, the man in your life, you will fail in your environment. When you have an environment and you have God the man in your environment and you are not listening to your God the man in your environment, you will fail in life.
Wow.
So what can make you to be able to use your environment wisely is have God the man. I'm talking about your mentor or your leader or your father or your head or your master. Have that person closer. Now, having the person close, make sure you obey every word that the man tells you. Your God the man, or your master, or your mentor. For they know what is behind you, what is before you, what you do not see. Because where you are, they have passed the place. That is why, Peter, I am older than you.
Of course.
There are certain things I've seen. Like sometimes you look at it, you see people that are stars now. Musicians that are stars now. If you look at their age, they are my age mates. But you think you know all of them, so therefore you have arrived.
True.
But they are my age. You know?
Yes.
And say, yeah, these ones, they are the ones, and maybe they are older than you. But because they are singing and you think they are stars, so they are your people. No. So sometimes we have enjoyed certain people before you came.
Come on.
And when we were enjoying them, we saw the abnormalities. We saw some things that were not good for our body. And we have quitted. So when we are telling you, we know what we are saying.
Come on.
That is one thing that some of the people must understand. In any form we come to explain ourselves to you, we know what is going on.
You do.
Yes, we know. You know, when I was growing, I thought Michael Jackson was my age mate until he died. You know, sometimes, hey Ben, how are you doing? God bless you. I hope you are sharing for me. God bless you. You know, so basically these are some of the things that a lot of people don't know. Your master knows. If you do, God bless you. Your master knows. He has been there. He has experienced what you have never experienced before. So when he's speaking to you, listen. Listen. If you can take those instructions, it will help you. It will help you. Listen. Your colleague can never promote you than your master, or let's say your boss in your workplace.
That's true.
So if there is any loyalty to any of them, it must be your boss.
Yeah.
How you can connive with your colleagues to steal from the workplace, all it will happen will be that you will collapse the business.
That's true.
That is the point.
That's true.
And so we must always be extra careful. Now, the devil is, my God, the devil knew the beginning of man, but did not know the future of man. You know, some people are very jealous of you. They know how you began, and they judge you per what you did in the past. Do you know that nobody can speak against you of your present or your future? But people will speak against you all the time or judge you per your past. It may be yesterday. It may be 2 hours ago. It is past. It may be seconds ago. It is past. Nobody can judge you per what you've done. That's why when I watch Facebook sometimes, when you watch some men of God, listen, I'm telling you, the mind of God. Those who have sinned against God, repent, or else you're going to hell. Listen to me. I did sin against God, and you also, who is telling me to repent, you also sin against God. If you like, study the book of Genesis to Revelation. The first time the flood came, men were marrying. Is marriage to marry? Is it sin? They married and they had children. They did not kill. They married and they had children. That should not make it as a sin. But that is not what God used against men at that time. In the book of Genesis, before Adam came, even Adam also had married. So what was the difference? Now, God said he looked into the future in the heart of man, or in the brain of man, or the things men are thinking to do in the future. He could see that it was evil. So you see, the judgment of God is not past. Judgment of God is what you will do tomorrow. So if men of God are watching me and they are listening to me, for them to be judging people because of what they did yesterday, it is totally wrong. It is totally foolishness.
Whoa.
It is totally wrong and it is totally foolishness. So wo wa ba adwaman da. Na se men so enra me ba adwaman na wo be yusu sa tia me a wagimi. That is the problem. Our God does not judge you per your yesterday. He judges you per what you are going to do tomorrow. If you like, study the Bible. Study your scriptures. From Genesis to Revelation. From Genesis to Revelation. That is how it is. God is interested of what you are going to do. What surprise you are about to bring on this earth. The surprise that men have no idea of. What you did that did not destroy the world is nothing. But what you're about to do, that will destroy the world, that will destroy somebody, that will destroy your family. That is what God is interested of.
I'm absolutely loving it.
I'm about to get to that point.
Please.
The beauty of this is that God said, when I search in the yesterday, tomorrow, in the mind of man, it is totally evil. I cannot see anything good there. What they are they are imagining, what they want to bring on this earth, I can see that it is going to be chaotic. So therefore, let me shut man. Let me destroy man. But because what is in the heart of man, that he will bring tomorrow, it will be a distraction. So let me do what? Let me shut it. Let me destroy them. That is how God judges. That is how God destroys. Not per your yesterday's sin you've committed, but men also judge per your yesterday's sin. So any man you see preaching that yesterday the sin you committed, it says that makes you a sinner, and so therefore you're going to hell. Tell the person you are a devil. You judge like a devil. Because if you are measuring me per my today, my tomorrow is in the hands of God.
Come on.
My yesterday, if I want to tell you my yesterday, the things I went through, problems I faced. The most annoying part of it is that there is a man of God, woman of God, what worry ejai, a worry ejai, what yegu. Na ne, what be hu Yesu, and ne, what be hu Yesu. Wouldn't you have understanding of what you went through to do all those things. Me, I have not yet seen God. Do you have to start judging me?
No,
and insult me?
No.
And use the Bible to curse me?
No.
No, you don't do that. But rather, show me the way, manner you got opportunity to change. Help me to understand. Don't destroy me. Don't insult me. Don't disgrace me. Don't make me look like I am good for nothing. Those kind of environment is no good.
It's not good.
You see Jesus Christ. You know, Jesus preached the kind of preaching I'm preaching here. So you know what the Pharisees did? They said, if you are talking about God's judgment is tomorrow, God judges per what tomorrow will be. The right now. When right now what you are doing is bad, that is how God judges. No problem. So they went and brought a prostitute. And they made one of their friends to sleep with the woman. So whilst they were sleeping they were sleeping together, they took the woman. Fanny Finase, they took the woman. When they took the woman, you know what they did? They quickly ran to where Jesus Christ is and said, Jesus, as for this woman, this prostitute, we found her right now. Because out of foolishness, they were so foolish. They forget that the time they took the lady, they should have bring both. Whilst they are on it, both of them. You see, hypocrisy is what human beings behave. And these are some of the problems. These are some of the problems. So they brought the woman and said, this woman, we caught her right there. We caught her right there. So Jesus began to say, let me now show you how I judge people.
Come on.
Yesterday, Kwame Menu, you did this. You sinned against God. Kwamana Mansa, yesterday, everybody yesterday, hour ago, 2 hours ago, minutes ago, seconds ago, then it comes to the lady too. The lady is in past tense. So this past tense you did this, this past tense you did this, this past tense you did it. Then the lady also became in that category of past tense. So they realized that, okay, so God judges per tomorrow, what you're about to do tomorrow, not what you've done just a minute ago or seconds ago. Wow, that's how God judges? Okay, if that is the case, we have no case. Then they all ran. So Jesus looked at the woman and he said, they are all gone. Woman, they had nothing against you. The woman said, yes, sir. He said, me too, I have nothing against you. Go and sin no more. Now, this is a good news. This is a good news. The woman will go with gladness and find a means to make sure she tell others that there is a particular person who spoke to me with such wisdom that did not criticize me or judge me, rather made me to know that my tomorrow form of thinking, my tomorrow form of living, I must live well. So this time, let me think right.
That's right. That's right.
Positive.
That's right.
For you to live in positive, you must think your tomorrow is going to be bright.
Wow.
Amazingly.
Wow. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this, Daddy. We are 1:45 to end today's show. If anybody's got any questions, you got a phone call, you want to join us, feel free.
We have Angel. If you can go down a little bit.
Please go down a little bit for us.
What's he saying?
Please scroll down.
Or you want to go down a
It's
little
always bringing discussion that will have your thoughts provoked. I'm enjoying. God bless you, Angel. Amazing. Dr. Abbeam from Emmanuel. Men judge based on your yesterday. Yes. Charity. This is amazing, to be honest. Anita says revelation. It sure is a revelation. His Grace Fidel Owusu J. No one called me but God, so he has the right to judge me. That's very correct, man of God. God bless you. You can see this is God smacking, to be honest, Dad. Many people are enjoying this topic. It really is. Grace Abbeam, not everyone who is praising you is building you up. Some are setting you up for a fall. That is true. That is in the friends and enemies,
yes,
to be honest. Yes. You don't have to repeat mistakes, learn from another's experience.
Let's go up. Let's go up.
Please,
let's go up.
Go more.
No, you're going too fast.
Oh,
this one.
Down.
Oh.
Come down a bit, please.
Come down a bit. Hey, madam. Yes.
Okay.
Start from Emma.
Emma Abbeam. The grace of God is sufficient for all. God bless you, Emma Abbeam. We have Diana. If you're in a negative environment, what can you do to change it? If you're in a negative environment, what can you do to change it? Do we have any more?
When you are in a negative, this question is all right. Okay. When you are in a negative environment, the first thing you must look at is, because you have been able to verify that it is negative, automatically you should move away from it.
Okay.
You yourself must move away from whatever that you see as negative. First of all, the more we are growing, the more our mindset begin to grow and we mature in so many things that we do. But as I said to you earlier on yesterday, I told you that some people can make you see something that is positive as negative.
True.
So you must be sure of what you are seeing. Because sometimes some people may make you see some things positive as negative. So that's why, first of all, you need a mentor.
Yeah.
You need a mentor who knows how to explain things to you. So when you are in a negative environment, please verify from your mentor and explain to him, and let that mentor tell you. It might be that the way you see it is not the right way.
because you were in a different environment before.
Yes.
So this looks like
another thing too.
Wow.
There are so many questions that I saw.
Please take it up for me.
No.
Evelyn Annan Dancer says, there's therefore now no condemnation for them that are in Jesus Christ. Christ Jesus, yes.
God bless you.
This is Nisha. Hi, Daddy. You was going to call me. It's Nisha from Canada. You was going to pray for me, Daddy. I am really down. My husband proposed to my best friend. I want to kill myself. I can't take it anymore.
Let me tell what's the name? Nisha. Nisha, I don't have your number, so perhaps if I get your number, I will do so to call you. But your husband proposed to your best friend. Would like to know. I would like to know why, and so please, I'll talk to you. If you can send me your number, I will do so and talk to you. But you don't need to kill yourself. I want to know, when you met the man, were you a virgin? If you were not, I don't think you need to kill yourself. I know it's a very dangerous thing, but you don't need to kill yourself. At all. You don't have to kill yourself. That shouldn't make you kill yourself. If you kill yourself, you're still going to marry your best friend anyway. So if there is any way, I think that you need to leave, not to leave for them, but to leave to fulfill your mission on earth. But if your mission is to kill yourself, then I would not hold you. But the point is, I know your mission is not to kill yourself, but rather to fulfill God's purpose in this world. There is so many things to do. And there are so many avenues that can bring your husband to understanding. It may be that you are making some mistakes, which I'll need to talk to you and to get more idea to help in that sense. You can go on.
God bless you, Daddy. You're a man of great knowledge. And we have Emmanuel Abbeam. He goes, how do you impact/change your environment? How do you impact or change your environment?
How do you impact or change your environment? You impact by you knowing. Okay. You yourself must learn to show yourself approved unto men. So you have to show yourself approved. And changing your environment is hard work, loving, and then be prepared to be used so that you become useful.
Wow.
Efia.
Efia Edu. Papa, I am blessed with message. God bless you more, Papa. Then we have Charity Ayisi.
God bless you.
Can lazy people affect you?
Hey! Lazy people can affect you and make you lazy.
Wow.
They go nowhere.
Wow.
So if you're lazy, hang out with lazy people. If you're a hard worker, hang out with hard workers. Go on.
Please scroll for me. Wow. Papa, I love your message. Okay, the lady put her number there. Will definitely...
Oh no, you should inbox me. Or else people will start calling her.
Yeah. But this is great. If you have your questions, please do type your questions for me.
If anybody
I've
wants
just
us to
joined
call
the
them.
Instagram as well. So if you have questions on the Instagram, feel free. King Cobra, I truly love this. Thank you, Papa.
Yes, my son, Cobra. I love you,
Daddy.
What's Cobra's thing?
King Cobra.
No, he has some term.
It's different now.
It's different now.
It's different now. Shima 19 says powerful, Daddy. Hanch, I think Kwame says real talk. Powerful. God bless you.
Any question? If there is anybody who wants us to call them, I mean,
feel free. If you want to be called.
And these messages, as soon as we finish, it's going straight to YouTube, Abbeam Ministries. There's music there. You get Abbeam Ministry, there's music there. Somebody has...
Okay.
Daddy,
more.
thank you so much.
That's Nisha.
Thank you so much. I left my
Number.
I left my number. I love you so much, Daddy. Thank you. God bless you too.
Bless you,
and thank you. I love you too.
And then we have a question, I think, from Solani. Daddy,
my daughter.
In life, we encounter so many detractors. When you have a vision, how best can you fulfill it and get others to work with you?
You see, when you have a vision, I have always been saying this, and I thought because of it was mistakes that some of us I made. You know, you can never fulfill your vision alone. It's impossible unless it's not a vision. You need people to help you to fulfill your vision. People such as those who hate you, those who love you. It's strange. Well, I believe that tomorrow I will be able to look into that for most of us to understand. You know, so you must be prepared for disappointment, be prepared for appointment, be prepared for everything. You know, when there is God and there is a great mentor, the mentor will help you to fulfill that mission. That sometimes you have to sell your vision to fulfill your vision. Whoa. Every vision fulfills in another vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every vision is fulfilled in somebody's vision. So if you are not ready to give your vision out to help somebody's vision to fulfill, your vision can never be fulfilled. Yes. Wow. So anytime that you want your vision to be fulfilled, be prepared to sacrifice your vision for somebody so that you will be able to get your vision fulfilled. Wow. Every powerful Alibaba, if you listen to Alibaba most of the times, you know, he thought that his vision was to have masters. But when he was denied by big universities and everything, he decided he found himself in something that was not his vision, and now he's one of the top rich men in the world. You understand? And that's how it is. Sometimes mistake can bring you to a place where you have never ever imagined. You know, never think you can fulfill your vision, and your vision is not real. What is real is the vision fulfilling itself in you. Wow. Yeah. I never had a vision that I will build a university. Never. You know, never, ever. Never believed that one day I'll have a hospital. Never believed that I'll have a market, a shop, or build houses. You know. No, never. You understand? Yeah. But as life goes on, God begins to open the doors, you know, and it builds it up. By serving people, by being as a servant and working for people, I got an ideas, you know, I prepared myself, I was prepared, not even knowing that is how far God has prepared me. So sometimes when you are being used, a lot of people have a problem. And I was used here, and he used me, please, if they don't use you, don't you think you become useless? Allow yourself for people to explore you and use you. And guess what? When they use you, you become useful and they become useless. Permit yourself. That's what I can say to you. Listen, if Joseph was not thrown into the prison, he would have not had a connection straight to Pharaoh's household. Whoa. So sometimes allow yourself to be used and be dumped. It's very important.
We have a question that from Chrissy Abbeam Wilson. Papa, please, how do you know if everything that happens is the will of God?
The simplicity of it is, you see, we make mistakes, and mistakes are good. Mistake plus correction to change equals to growth. So when you make a mistake, who is correcting you matters. And you yourself, accepting yourself to be corrected and to change also matters. So that's why I said, in everybody's life, you need a master. Everybody needs a master. Which the master, I have entitled the master God the man. You need a mentor, which I have entitled God the man. So everybody's life, when you have that particular person, your mistake will be corrected by that person, and he will be the one that will tell you, this is a mistake, you need to change. And when you are prepared to change, then you grow and you become a better person.
We have another question from Diana. She says, Daddy, so many times we have friends who we knew from our school days. When is the time to let them go? Because it isn't everyone that is meant to walk with us.
Listen, human beings are like trees. When a tree is becoming big and wants to grow long, you must understand that certain branches will break down. It will leave the tree to be able to grow to the level that it ought to grow. So if you are in this world and want to go to the next level of life, allow yourself, and you'll be amazed that certain friends will leave you when you see the light, when you are able to see the right mentor, and you find yourself to the right mentor, and you are focusing on the mission of your mentor. I'm telling you, those friends will go by themselves. But whereby you want to please your friends, you want to please your mentor, that is when the chaos starts. So make sure that you have one mentor whom you are listening to, focusing on, and fulfill your mission. You'll be amazed. You may have no mission, but that mentor will bring you to a place of fulfillment.
Wow. That is amazing. We've got 2 more minutes to end today's show. Quickly, Dad. Naomi Abbeam. Dad, how do you remain in a positive mindset even when things go wrong? Some people feel discouraged in their trials.
You see, one thing, like somebody like me, I look at my lowest life. Sometimes God takes you through certain lifestyle problems, and they are there for a purpose. It's for a time you need Him. Like me at this particular time, if I am in this house and I have no money, I have no food to eat, I go back into my archives. I'm talking about my mind, and remember myself when I used to sleep in Kaneshi Overhead Market, Kaneshi Overhead, under the bridge. And I ask myself, now look at me, at least I have a suit to wear, at least I have children, at least I have a roof over my head. So why do I worry? I look at certain people and what they are going through, and then I encourage myself that the way I am, at least God still loves me. So sometimes trials and temptations brings certain unforeseen blessing. So therefore, I wait on God and wait positively and say to God, if I die right now, I'm coming to you. And if I live for you. So in all my ways, I am for you. So that brings me into the positivity of my life.
I love it. We're about to wrap up. Our time is up, but we have got a few things to share with you. If you missed out on today, especially if you're just joining the program right now, you haven't missed at all. You can go back on YouTube, Abbeam Ministries, and you can watch the full video of what has been discussed today. If you have any questions, you can still message us, DM us through. We will still get back to you for tomorrow. Also, we have an upcoming program at our church, and that is entitled Power in the Holy Ghost, and it's happening at 777 Oaken Road, SE15 1NZ. As you have heard the great insight flowing from the oracle today, there's going to be a mind-blowing and life-changing session.
Let me say this thing to some of the people.
Yes, please.
You see, when you are following your mentor,
yes,
whatever your mentor dislike, you to dislike. Whatever your mentor don't like, do not like it. Even in Facebook, if you see that, this person, my mentor, doesn't like this person. He has moved away from them. Be loyal. It's very important, because there are certain things that you will not help your thinking, and you find yourself in it, and it will destroy you. So I'm talking to some of them. They should listen to what I'm saying. We have, if you want to go to Abbeam University, or you want to go to Abbeam City, to have markets, to go and do your market or whatever, we are at off Kaswa Obomu Road, Nessus Quarters, Abbeam City. The number to call, Abbeam University, if we are enrolling, the number to call is 0209 4688 110. They can write it. Angelique can write it there. So we are repeating it again. 0209 4688 10. You can go there.
That is amazing. Thank you so much once again, Dad, for joining us today. Do you have any final remarks? Do you have any final words to say to the people just before we log off?
Tomorrow, 10 a.m., we are coming to you live. So tell your friends, and let your friends to tell a friend, and friends to tell mothers, and mothers tell mothers, and fathers telling fathers, and all of you, make sure you join us. Let's get to 1,000. Let's be able to come here and get to 1,000. We are here not to insult people, but to impact people, and share the links to people and help us. We need help. We want you to help us, in a sense of go to the YouTube, click it, just share it to somebody, so that more clicks, we can also get something to support our ministry. Clicks, and then also subscribe the YouTube, Abbeam Ministries. Subscribe it, because more things are going to come. Share it to people, friends. Abbeam Ministries. Abbeam Ministries. It's Abbeam Ministries. You will see many things there. And then also, if you want my music, iTunes. Abbeam Ministries. Abbeam Ministries, iTunes, and you can find most of my music there. And then what else?
The church, we're having a prayer session tonight, starting from 7 p.m.
You know what? I've been slugging for so long, but now I woke up, I got up. You know what? My environment made me to slug a little bit from my youth. But now, today I was talking to Preacher. Listen, people can make you stop what is good. So think twice. Listen, for me, I am for the youth, and we are rising up to do and make sure we take over. The way you are, whether you have tattoo on yourself, you have what do you call it? A pierce in your tongue, you have pierce in your nose, everywhere, wherever you are. We are expecting you to come to our youth. Come and let Thursday, which is tomorrow, come and let's enjoy. When you finish smoking your weed, come. I'm not going to judge you. When you finish smoking your weed, come to church. Come. When you finish, sleeping with that man, when you finish sleeping with that woman, when you finish smoking and drinking, when you finish doing all sort of things you want to do, I need you to come, because I know that change is not easy. I know, because I've gone through it. But I know that Holy Spirit can help you to change and become a better person than the way you are today. Right. I'm telling you, come and let's have fun. Come, let's have fun. Come and let's have fun with the Holy Spirit. Right. I'm telling you, no matter how you are, I'm with you. I know that some people will criticize the things I'm saying right now, but I want you to know I love you. I love you so much, and I care about you. And even if you hate me, it is good because it helps me to be able to fulfill missions. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope to see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. sharp. Be sure to do follow us on YouTube and be sure to subscribe. God bless you.